Hello everyone and welcome back to Gaming Droid and welcome back to modern Skyblock 3. We've been nomming on a bit of rotten flesh in the meantime. So I've done a little bit of construction. I might drop in a sort of speed video of some of the stuff I've been getting up to. But some of the stuff I've been getting up to is I've moved my cobble gen down there and my stone generator. I've moved my porcelain melter. I've moved my grinding setup downstairs, expanded it a little bit, so now we've got 4 full chunks all laid out. I also did all of the plant breeding as I said I would do. And I also had a look into something that someone suggested I have a look into, which is the Ender Staff. The Ender Staff, apparently that bounces off bedrock. I did not know that. But the Ender Staff allows you to teleport around, and also I've set up a Wraith node up here in my storage area. If I am away and I swap it into Wraith node mode, oh dear, I accidentally looked at an Enderman. That works. If I swap it into a Wraith node mode and I'm away from my storage area, if I hold it down for a few seconds, bloop, I end up in my storage area looking straight at my storage, which is great. One thing I have noticed though, do not store your Ender Staff in here. Once you put them in here, you can't actually take them out. It looks like you take them out, but yeah, the moment you take them out, they basically teleport themselves back into this device. So yeah, don't store them in here. I have taken to storing them in here instead. You can only have one Wraith node active at a time, unfortunately. Armor and mob drops. You have to charge this up with ender pearls, but that's not too bad. And some more stuff, and some blocks, and a little bit of coal. Lovely jubbly. And these are all of the reward bags I got from doing the seeds. Now what I did do is I did leave the last seed, because strange enough, for some reason the configs in this mod pack mean that crossbreeding is very fast indeed. So if we go to basic farming, all we have left to do in basic farming is the animal trough, the spores, and the candleberry seeds. So there you go, candleberry seeds. Getting things to level up is very slow, but for some reason it's really, really fast to crossbreed things. So they've messed with the configs a little bit to make it easier to crossbreed, but slower to not. Now, one thing that is in this mod pack is if you look, this says not eaten yet. If you eat 25 different foods, you gain a buff, which increases your maximum HP. So basically, I'm just going to go through and pick up all the things that I can just eat straight up, and haven't eaten yet, which is basically all of these, and I think we'll be able to get to 25 because it's every 25 different foods. So if you eat 25 foods, you gain 1 HP. If you eat 50 foods, you gain I don't know if that's already been eaten. If you eat 50 foods, you gain 2 HP, etc, etc. Come on, eat the rhubarb. So these things give you such little HP or such little food that it's actually going to be quite easy to slowly burn our way through all of these. A core, that's not particularly useful. They're used for getting endgame weapons. A diamond wand, ooh, I like that. You can go in there when I do some more building. A hard hat, a high-vis jacket, work pants, and steel toe boot caps from Factory Tech. Factory Tech is a mod that we're going to be getting into not too far from now. And lots of jerky. And unfortunately we've eaten all of the jerkies before, so just make sure we pick up all the jerkies. So not particularly useful. The secret donut we've also eaten before. So now we're going to look at basically maximizing our carpets, of course. Maximizing our HP by eating as many different things as possible. Ooh, returning block of sticks. It's actually quite useful. Waterstone, that's one of the ones that's nice early game because it helps you set up a single Certus quartz. Lovely. Because it helps you set up a cobblestone gem. Now, the other thing I did was I made some gold and I replicated all of my tall flowers. Again, you just drop a petal on the floor and hit it with bone meal, then shear it with shears, and each one's worth 4 petals. So each time you do it, you get back 4 times as much as you used. But yeah, the next thing we need to do is the wooden feeding trough. So the feeding trough is just wood and sticks. That's not a problem. So let's grab some wood from in here. The feeding trough works very similar to the auto feeding stations from other mods in that you just put food in it, and as long as animals are within an X distance, it will feed them. We'll pop it over on here for now. So we can drop wheat in there, and as long as animals are within the right distance, it will auto feed them. And horns and a tail. Okay, fine. A lot of these cosmetic baubles that really are useless, but well. I hope I'm getting close to 25 foods, because like I've eaten sugar cookies, I've eaten snowflesh, secret donuts, loads of different kinds of jerky. So I hope that we're getting close to 25 foods. I don't know if there's a way you can actually tell how many foods you've eaten. Well. The next thing we need to do, and the last thing we need to do in basic farming, which is going to get us another unlocked area, is, or hopefully, is spores. And to get spores, we need mushrooms, because mycelium, which is the first thing we need, mycelium requires us either to have mushrooms phytoglow essences, or we can do it via infusion, and we need 4 mushrooms. And if we look at mushrooms, we can get mushrooms via infusion with cocoa beans. So let's get some cocoa beans out. I should have a nice stack of cocoa beans somewhere, and if not, I can grow them quite easily. Pardon me. So we got through to broccoli and sesame seeds, cabbage, zucchinis, cucumbers, radishes, tomatoes, beets, blueberries and strawberries and peas and Brussels sprouts. And the great thing is, for instance, all the berries can be turned into... I need bone meal. All the berries can be turned into a variety of different juices and smoothies. And all of those count as new foods as well. So, bloop. And let's get our infusion stone out. The shift dance to grow things does work on cocoa beans, so you can grow cocoa beans really, really quickly if you want. You can just whack cocoa beans down and tap shift and see cocoa beans grow very fast. Now what we need to do is pop these in here and go 1. Dang it, of course, that gives us the growth enhancement. So, can I eat tomato? Is there anything I can eat while still full? And what I'll probably do is I will probably speed this bit up, because we're going to be gaining HP and then making mushrooms. So I will see you all in a couple of minutes. So let's go and grab our donut, because this will make things a lot faster. So we have our 4 mushrooms, and the 4 mushrooms on a piece of dirt will give us mycelium. So let's just grab a piece of dirt, and we'll just pop it down over here for now, and put the mushrooms in here, and... $8 hearts. Oh, we don't have enough hearts. That's a problem. I'm going to need to eat enough foods to get myself up to 9 HP. That's frustrating. How many foods have I eaten then? I'm not really sure how many foods I've had. I tell you what we could do. Let's look at use. Canisters are iron around a bone. An unfamiliar... I can't make those because I don't have access to the unfamiliar items. That's an issue. Do I have anything that would boost my HP? HP boost, HP boost. I don't think I have anything to boost my HP. Extra HP. There we go. What a unique flavour. Sample another 50 varieties of food to gain a heart. That's why. We needed to eat so many types of food. There we go. That gets us mycelium. Now, if we look up mycelium and we look up crop mutation, we can mutate carrots and potatoes on top of mycelium to get brown spores, and carrots and potatoes on top of mycelium to get red spores, and red and brown spores to get white spores. So what I'm actually going to do is break this guy and pop you down here. So we need carrots and potatoes to start. This is one of the things that I've very rarely seen in other uses of agricraft, is seeds requiring the same thing. So 2 different seeds requiring the same thing. You can see now why I am eating basically all the different foods, even though they're quite poor quality foods, is to get hold of these mixed. To get hold of these different varieties of food you can eat to upgrade your quality of food. So mob drops, and then we can block away. Once we get the spores, hopefully we'll unlock something new, but possibly not. We'll have to go and do some other bits and pieces first. Get the mycelium spreading as well. I don't know how long it's going to take for the mushrooms, but in the meantime, we do have some other things to be getting on with. Over in automation, golden spikes. What I did do is I made sure I had made enough gold. And made sure I got enough gold together that we could make the golden spikes. Golden spikes mean that mobs killed by the mob grinder will drop experience. Don't really care much about that, to be fair. This just required a little bit of wheat and a little bit of glowstone to get some gold, but not too bad. And a pirate hat and a eye patch, because, you know, that's exactly what we need. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hop over here and throw down a golden spike on top of the mob killer. Always put your spikes on the bottom layer so that Endermen don't teleport. If your spikes are too high up, Endermen will teleport when they get hit by them. Hopefully we can actually melt these down later on. No, you can only use them to make covers. Okay. So they're kind of useless now, but that's fine. The next level we need is diamond. I did do some grinding up of stone earlier and got myself 16 dirty diamonds. I just used a compression draw to prep lots and lots of compressed stone and then use a compressed stone grinder. Let's do the emeralds as well, because emeralds can be useful. There we go. So I don't think we have enough diamonds, but we'll just check. We have a block of diamond and then 1, 2, 3. Wait, 1, 2, 3. But we need 2 more diamonds. Okay. That's not terrible. Just make sure we didn't put any diamonds in here by mistake. No, we didn't. So we need to get 2 more diamonds. Huh. I wonder, does it need to be in darkness? Because a lot of mushrooms require darkness to grow, which would mean that... Actually, that's going to be quite difficult. Let's just see. So if we go... And we'll come back in a little bit and see if that works, if they need to be in darkness to grow successfully. Why do I have mob drops in here? That's bad. So the other thing I need to do is I need to get hold of some more stone. Do we have any stone in here? No, we don't. Do we have any stone in here? Yes, we do. We have some compressed stone. So we need 2 more diamonds. And for that, we're going to need to take another couple of chests over there, or... at the very least, need to make ourselves a better storage thing for our gems, because our gem storage is full. So let's make 3 of these. And put them down here. And then we can put all of these gems away. And they shouldn't really even impact the storage that much. One of the things to note is that once we get to actually additions and we have the auto clicker or the mechanical user, we'll be able to automate this reasonably successfully. Let's put a grinder in here and this, and we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And yes, we have 3 dirty diamonds. That's good. That means we're on our way to getting the diamond spikes, which unlocks another area for another part of the quest chain. 5. Now the advantage is a lot of these stack with stuff I've already got. The main things are Certus quartz, crushed stone, and lapis, which don't stack because you get so few of most things. You get such a small amount of most gems that it doesn't really reach stack levels. You can see we can get like 8, 9. We've got a lot of things that aren't overstacked. But black quartz, ground dirt, lapis, and Certus are the things that have. So this has been the equivalent of about 3 stacks of crushed stone in total to get us enough diamonds. 2 to 3 stacks of crushed stone. But that's fine. That doesn't matter especially much, as long as we get all the diamonds we need, which we have. So let's... oh no, we have the sticks. Let's grab our diamonds, and we can go straight up diamond spikes, which gives player-specific drops. And player-specific drops include things like the advanced loot bags, the mega loot crates, experience blocks, things like that. Things that mobs don't drop normally. It would help if I put the spikes on the top. There we go, and we still have 11 diamonds left. Lovely. So hopefully that, yes, that has unlocked a basic factory. So we can actually go into some more advanced automation through factory craft, which is going to be really useful because the factory craft elements that I know of help with some of the things like getting together enough copper and nickel and automating a lot of things. And so if we come up here, we can go a basic factory. Excellent. And also actually additions. Wonderful, actually additions. So if we go over to the actually additions, which is this one, we can now start gaining access to some of the useful elements of actually additions. So if we look up at actually additions, things we're interested in are things like the auto placer, and what else? Where is the mechanical user? Is that not? Is the mechanical user not actually additions? Is the mechanical user not in here anymore? Huh. The mechanical user has disappeared. Because previously, the way you used to set up that was you used to have a mechanical user picking up buckets of fluid and putting them in there, because you can't pipe fluid into that. Huh. That's very interesting. So let's go and have a look, see if our mushrooms have grown. Nope. I'm not really sure how I'm going to be growing the mushrooms. That is in complete darkness now, so if they are going to grow, they should grow. If anyone knows how to do the mushroom quests, let me know. Crossbreeding carrots and potatoes on mycelium creates spores. Yeah, I'm not really sure. I mean, we could try watering them. We do have a watering can. Let's grab a pizza just for convenience's sake. Nom 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 nom. Tasty, tasty pizza. Okay, pizzas give you haste 3. I did not know that. So let's just have a look. Light level 15. Let's... Okay, so now we're in a position where we can at least grow mycelium. Spread mycelium. So does that mean we are in a position where... Let's seal ourselves in and see if we can grow... No. See if we can grow some mushrooms. Oh, brown mushrooms. Okay, so we got one mushroom growing. Excellent. So yeah, it needs darkness, but it also, I think it needs a space above the crop sticks, otherwise it doesn't work. Red mushrooms. Lovely. And then if we go 1, 2... brown, red, and break these. Grow this up. Come on, brown mushrooms. Shift dance to grow the brown mushrooms. And then pop those down. We don't have any water in our watering can, unfortunately. So I'm just going to break out, pop this back down, and refill my watering can. You can reach past the fertility lily pads to do this, and my growing area has become a mess, but we've gotten most of the seeds, so... There we go, white mushroom spores. Excellent. Now this should be far enough away that the mycelium can't spread, and the worms keeping the dirt tilled should stop it from spreading any closer. If it does spread, we can always get grass again. It's not too bad. Now, one thing we do have to do is actually grow those white spores into a white mushroom, because to complete the quest we need a white mushroom, not just white spores. And the other thing we need to do is make sure that we put the torches back. There we go, that should complete that quest. And we can also research all of the spores. And we now have mushroom sweet. We can eat this mushroom. That's another food. And that gets us nocturnal powder. I don't know what nocturnal powder is used for yet. It's part of astral sorcery, which is great. So, food. You can go in there for now, I suppose. And you are a resource. So that's brilliant. We've completed basic farming. I need to make myself a trophy room soon, because I'm getting quite a nice big pile of trophies. But that also opens up Master Chef, which gives us access to kitchens. So now we've got basic resources complete. We need to do some bits and pieces in tinkering. Farming is complete. That was just lots and lots of seed breeding, which was as boring as you just saw. Automatic block breaker from random things. Oh, is it from random things? Is this where the mechanical user comes from? Potion vaporizer, igniter. There used to be, I swear there used to be a mechanical user in a previous version of this mod pack, and I used it to great effect to automate the gem harvest. But oh well. So better storage, we've still got some bits and pieces to complete. Into Petal Apothecaries, Speedy Mana Transfer, we've got a lot of stuff to do in Botania. Basic factory, we've got all the basic factory things to do, moving items around, basic piping, which allows us to make transport pipes. That's going to be really useful. That actually allows us to get some proper automation in place. And then here we've got wooden casings, which allow us to build some of the storage devices and things. And we're starting to get things like power generation. And here we've got Pam's Harvest Craft, which is going to be great because we'll be able to build the Cooking for Blockheads kitchen, and we'll be able to go through all of these. We'll be able to make tofu, we'll be able to make the Cooking for Blockheads kitchen, make all the foods which will last, gain more and more hearts. So yeah, this has been really, really quite good indeed. So thank you all for watching. I have been the Gaming Droid. This has been Modern Skyblock 3, and I will see you all in the next episode. Bye-bye, everybody.